Hey there, YouTube. It's Friday, so that means pickup video. Got a little bit of a variety this time around. Definitely got the Modanos to add to the collection. I hit a couple of different areas. Got a vintage card and a little bit of modern from some other Dallas Stars players. So let's get right into this. So let's start off with this one. This was the last one that came in. This came in on Friday. So this is from the new Upper Deck Series 1. So 2020, 2021. So Tyler Seguin, Green Dazzlers. I'd seen these. I wanted to kind of get one in hand to see it for myself, but I thought they were nice looking cards. There's a couple of different variants of these with different colors. I just thought with the Dallas motif and color scheme, I thought the green was very appropriate, and you can really get the shine from this part as well. Kind of an homage to some of the 90s old school insert and the different types of foils. It really plays in the light quite nicely, I would say. In hand, very impressive. I will say this part's nice, but this part down here is actually really good. I may get another couple of these down the road just to kind of compare them, especially the different colors, because I think there's yellow, there might be a red, and I haven't done too much digging into them. I have seen there are multiple variants. I'm just not too sure about it. They're not numbered, but they're definitely nice looking cards. So that's a Tyler Seguin. This is probably like a Z folio kind of candidate. I'll probably create a Z folio just for like miscellaneous Dallas Star cards that don't fall into the main collections, but that would definitely be a candidate for that. Next one is another one very similar to one that I had picked up in a previous mail day. I believe it was in the ComC order, or it might have been in eBay, but I forget now. It was 2016, 2017, so Fleer Showcase Hockey, and this is a Precious Metal Gems. I had the red one in the previous mail day, but this one is the blue. This is a Jamie Benn Precious Metal Gems blue. You can see again the texture, it kind of glows a little bit in the center there. This was the original, quote-unquote original, Precious Metal Gems design, because this doesn't match up exactly with like the previous ones for the first year, you know, basketball and the baseball and things like that, or even the other years. I'd shown off a couple of versions of these things, but this is a more original design that was created at that time. Not as big a fan of it. The whole Z thing doesn't work with me to the same degree, but you know, the blue is nice, and it is an accessible price point, especially if you have a player that's in this one. So these are at a 50 for the blue. And this is a nice way of getting your hands on a precious metal gem, especially if you do collect some more modern players. You do have the Metal Universe logo in there as well. Very nice looking. So this one goes with the regular Jamie Benn collection. You can see how it glows there when the light is done a certain way. So I'll put the Dazzlers to the side. So let's do a vintage card. I probably overpaid for this one a little bit, but I do like having cards like this in the collection anyway. I believe, if memory serves me, and I'll correct myself on the screen if I'm wrong, I believe this is 62-63 Parkhurst. So I got the Gordie Howe. Kind of an interesting design for the year. There's actually two designs, and there's two different Gordie Howes in this year, if memory serves me. And I will, like I said, I'll pull up the year here just to confirm. And what I'll do is I'll slide this over here, and if I remember, I'll try to put the Gordie Howe right here so that you can see what the other one looks like. Just leave that for a second, just so you can do that. There we go. So anyway, very cool looking card overall. Kind of an interesting design, and even by this stage in the game, Gordie Howe had already played over 1,000 games and had 500 goals. So very impressive. Kind of a fun card. I don't get to do too much hockey vintage lately, but I still kind of want to get back into it, especially this year, as I mentioned previously. So now let me show you, there was a lot of cards that I picked up, a bunch of singles to start filling in some gaps, especially in the early 2000s category. So this is a private stock 2001. Kind of a cool card. It's a little bit thinner. You can see there, this is the private stock reserve. It's kind of almost a felt-like card. It's very thin stock. Kind of an interesting design. Take Gordie over here to the side. These ones here are to fill in some of the gaps in some of these. This is 2001, 2002 private stock. I have to try to remember what the different inserts are because a couple of different numbered ones. So this is, I want to say it's just the silver parallel, or it might be a retail parallel, but it's out of 108. They do number them on the front, which is handy. So let me put that aside. And then we've got this one here, which is the premiere date. This one's a little simpler because they do label it. This one's out of 100. It's got the red foil going on with it. So there's the comparison of those two. Continuing on. We have a 2001, 2002, so same year. We've got the Pacific Vanguard, and this one is the premiere date as well. So this one is numbered to 83. And very much a lot of these years specific with, especially with premiere date, they would just kind of make up these different numbers. I'm not really sure how they arrived at 83 versus how they arrived at 100 versus how they arrived at some of the other numbering schemes they came up with. But there were a number of different ones, even if they were premiere dates from the same year of Pacific. This next one is actually a base card, but it's a jersey base card. It's from Honor Roll. I want to say 2001 to 2002 Honor Roll. And this was Modano and I want to say Chris Kalanos. Dual jersey. So numbered to 1,000. This is Dean's List. You get the nice burgundy from the Coyotes, and you actually got a 2-color piece from Modano, which is a nice bonus, especially on the size of the swatch. Pretty good. Okay, this next one here is actually starting to work on a little bit of a rainbow here. And we've got 2002, 2003 Atomic, I believe. Yeah, 2002, 2003 Atomic. And I'll correct myself if I have the wrong year, but I believe that's right. And we've got 3 of the cards here. So this one is the blue out of 175. Try to get a little bit of light on it there. So you got the numbering there in the corner. The nice die cut. Then we got the red. That is numbered to 125. I'll put that down for a second. I'll come back to it in a moment. And then we got the gold out of 99. Very cool. So I'll show these to you like this. So let's do this. And I'll compare it as well. Let's include the base card. So there's the base card with the silver. So right now that's 4 of those. There's a hobby parallel as well out of 775. And that should complete the rainbow of 5 cards. Once that gets done, I'll show that off. I did show off the other 3 cards inside of Instagram, so kind of a cool looking grouping. Put those all together. Okay, a couple of cards here to finish this off. So we're going to do an autograph card here next. We're going to do 2006-2007 Ultimate Collection Hockey, and this is the Ultimate Signatures. Actually a pretty clean design. I like how they went about this one. You can see that you got the nice rainbow foil going on here, here, and here. And then also a nice clean spot for the autograph to fit. Now I can imagine a player possibly signing too large for the space, but Modano fitted in right in that spot perfectly. So it comes out actually pretty good. Good design on that year. And I do appreciate the rainbow foil when they incorporate it nicely like that. So the next one is 2002-2003 Parkhurst. This is the stick and jersey. Very clean design. It's got a lot of green, obviously, between the jersey swatch and the design around the different Parkhurst. So 2002-2003 Parkhurst stick and jersey. And all of these different in the game and be a player cards like this were all created to less than 100, even though they were never numbered. And they don't specify the print run on these. Okay, we'll pull this one off. Okay, now we'll do a couple of graded cards. These I got from 4 Sharp Corners. So I bought this directly from the website 4 Sharp Corners. And one of these was to kind of fill in a PSA set registry that I'm working on. So this is the 1990-91 Upper Deck Modano rookie card. This is the English version. So there's the English and the French. So that is a PSA 10 in the new holder. That's one of the ones that I needed. Still missing a couple, but making progress. And this one is not, it's currently for the PC, but it is something that I'll kind of keep an eye on as time goes on. We'll kind of see what happens with this individual in the game of football. So we got a football card on this one. So this is a 2017 Donruss Optic Deshaun Watson rookie. And I was able to get this and the Modano for very inexpensive. Plus I had some PayPal laying around, so no complaints there. I was able to get these on the cheap. But I do think Deshaun Watson is an excellent player, and it's one of those things where we'll kind of see what happens with the Texans. I think it's going to be a bit of a standoff. That's just my prediction. But if he can get out of Houston, it'll be very interesting to see what he could do if he gets an organization that he can kind of work with and they can put together a winning program. Definitely has the talent, so it's one of those things we're going to have to see what happens. If so, then this might end up being a nice little bargain for me. We shall see. We'll see what happens. So we'll keep Deshaun here for this one, and then we got one more card to finish this thing off. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. Deshaun is a fun card to include, but we'll revisit this down the road. Let's keep the Modano rookie card, and we'll finish off with the final card of the mail day. So this is a nice one, since I've been kind of chipping away at cards from the Cup. I'm a big fan of those whenever I can get them. So this is a 2009, 2010 signature patches from the Cup. 3-color patch. Nice clean autograph is the case with a lot of these. The design really plays well, especially with this design. And it is numbered. It is numbered to 75. Pretty reasonable. I was able to get this for a pretty fair price, especially for a nice 3-color swatch. Nice clean design. No complaints. This is a JB Ben rookie year, so if you watched previous mail days, it might look a little familiar to you because I've definitely gone to this well quite a number of times. But I definitely want to start filling in some of the Modanos, especially playing days from the Cup, whenever the opportunity presents itself. So there's another great piece to add to that piece of the collection. Definitely coming along very nicely. I have no complaints. So there you go. A little bit of all the old, a little bit of the new, or at least newer. Still playing days in both cases, but two different sides of the spectrum. And that's kind of how we finish this portion of the mail day off. The only thing left to do now is just to get the totals. Now, even though it's a subsection that I'm working on, the Upper Deck Modano doesn't count. Obviously, I have had one of those for quite a long time, but it is a graded version to fit the set registry piece. But anyway, so counting all the new Modanos that I picked up from this mail day, I'm sitting at 1,906 different Mike Modano cards, which is a nice new milestone. I've crossed 1,900 plus. On my way, moving to closer and closer to 2,000. So there's definitely some cards that will be on the way in the next little while. And also I've got some cards that ship my cards, which I will probably initiate maybe in the next week or so and start making my way towards that. Plus I've started building up ComC again. I probably will keep my ComC order smaller than the last Epic one because I definitely got murdered on the shipping and then on the customs fee. So I might keep those a little bit smaller, a little bit more manageable. We'll see how that one plays out, but I'll figure it out. In addition to that, I'm sitting at 163 autographs, including the ones that I added in this mail day, and then 344 memorabilia cards. So we're making some progress on all of those counts as far as we keep working through them at the end of January 2021. So that'll be it for this time around. Questions and comments are welcome as always. Thanks as always for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.